show you an exercise that is very popular or done a lot by athletes that isn't A, effective, B, not the best choice, and C, almost to the point of being a waste of time. But we do understand and get why it's popular. It's easy to do, and athletes say, well, I feel it working. And feeling something doesn't necessarily make it the best choice. Remember, when you have athletes with limited time for improvement, meaning their playing window is small, they have practices, they have school, they have chores, they have family activities, the performance training window of when they're off-season, in-season, preseason, the window of opportunity is small to really get those improvements. So we have to maximize our exercise selection. So doing something that isn't as best as possible is actually doing a disservice. And the exercise that I'm talking about is a seated twist, aka Mason twist or Russian twist. When you're doing this, okay, you will feel it in your obliques, these muscles right here on the side. There's a huge reason why that is. The first muscle to contract when you're stabilizing your core are your side muscles, your obliques, your lateral obliques. They're the first muscle that kind of tightens up. And these muscles start on the back and run all the way down to right here. Okay, if you have that little line right here called your inguinal ligament, it's essentially the line of your obliques running together. All right, so they wrap around, then they're great for rotation. So they stabilize or contract first. We feel them working because they're stabilizing, and then we're acting like we're getting a good rotation. Problem being is we're getting a really poor rotation, and we're not using the muscle to as effectively train as possible. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you saw my range of motion and I was here, secondarily, a lot of athletes just make their arms do all the work. Now, if I can only get to here, I'm only working that portion of the muscle. I should be able to get all the way through here. But in order to get full rotation, my lower body has to help. When you swing, or when you pitch, or when you hit, you're getting enablation, and that's not really a word, enabling from the lower body. So when we sit, we don't get any lower body. So what we need to do is we can do a twist standing, allow for a heel release, and get a further, better movement. Now that's when we're doing standing just rotations, like a Russian twist, Mason twist. What we really want to do is if we have access to a release point, meaning something we can throw it against and really use full power. So from the side, that's going to be more effective, or more effective. So everything stays the same, and I'm working on that release point and that power, okay? Versus just kind of either doing it really poorly or doing it minimally effective. And that's a Mason twist in the seated position. You'll feel it working, but are you maximally working the muscles to their most benefit? Now, there are other exercises which could serve a purpose, such as wipers, which is, generally speaking, put something to grab, and all you're doing is just kind of twisting, okay, trying to get as low as you can. That would be a more effective method because you're also getting the lower body involved. The obliques love to have the hips and the pelvis involved in their movement. They're like one big chain, and they like to work together. Don't limit your capabilities by limiting the involvement of your hips, your pelvis when you're working your obliques. All right, that's all I have for today. Take this out, go be better, go be awesome, be amazing. Thank you.